Let's talk about the art of persuasion. What do we actually mean by persuading somebody? Persuasion can be the art of getting somebody to adopt your viewpoint, somebody who may not necessarily have followed or supported it, or getting somebody to do something that you want them to do. Now, how do you actually persuade somebody? Let's go back to the elements of communication. First and foremost, you need to analyze your audience, analyze the person you're trying to talk to. Get a gauge of what it is that matters to that person and what's most important. Secondly, you need to level off and see what it is that the person thinks or where the person's mentality is at. See things from his view. And once you see things from his view objectively and you're able to engage with him at the point of his view, then you bring him to your viewpoint so he adopts and accepts it. You cannot successfully engage or persuade somebody if you do not understand where they're coming from. You cannot engage or persuade somebody if you cannot see things from his viewpoint. So sometimes it's funny to me when I see people arguing and one person is arguing but does not understand the other person's viewpoint, yet they try to get them to see their viewpoint. People only care about your viewpoint if you tend to see theirs. So it's very important in persuasion that you understand the objective or the viewpoint of the person. What is important to them? What do they care about? What is it that makes them happy? What is it that they are willing to compromise? And then you then bring them to your viewpoint where they feel that they are still having a benefit. And most negotiations, and we're not going to go into negotiations, everybody wants to walk out feeling like a winner while he's not feeling like they've lost something. And you need to understand the elements of play so you can leverage them properly in your communication so everybody walks out happy. Sometimes something as simple as somebody's ego being bruised in a negotiation, even if the person is walking away with a bigger chunk of whatever is being negotiated, can affect or be a determining factor for the person even not agreeing to certain things. So it's important that when you're communicating, you understand that and you make the person walk away feeling good. This is important to know because this persuasion, or in some cases some elements of negotiation, will come into play when you're negotiating for a job, when you're negotiating for a pay, when you're negotiating or trying to get people to do things for you, when you're trying to bring a team on board, when you're trying to persuade people to join your cause. And it's important that you see things or try to identify their goals with yours. In previous discussions, I talked about a why, the belief system, why you're doing X, Y, Z, convincing people to see it, communicating, and bringing them on board. Persuasion is easier when that person's why aligns with yours. So always, like I said, analyze your audience first and foremost, see things from their viewpoint, and bring them around to see yours. That's the best way to persuade anybody. Stay empowered.